With your daughter Rosa, one of the goals we've been working on is her reading comprehension skills. But you may be asking, what exactly is reading comprehension? In short, reading comprehension is the ability to understand what we are reading.
So first, we want to go briefly into what we mean when we say reading comprehension. When we look at reading comprehension, there are three main aspects of this understanding that you can see here. Literal reading comprehension is retelling what you read and answering those WH questions. Who was sad in that story? What went wrong? Where are they? Inferential reading is more making connections based on what you see, and evaluative is being able to think from somebody else's perspective. Literal reading comprehension is where we will be focusing when it comes to Rosa and her goals in this video, and when we discuss activities to build on these skills at home.
So because Rosa has difficulty maintaining focus and attention, in addition to her hyperactivity and impulsivity, it's important to create lessons that will keep her interested for short periods of time, but also incorporate a break every 15 minutes or so. And so this break will allow her to have an active outlet so that she can be prepared to accomplish the next activity. So the following would be necessary to be incorporated into the activity for a child like Rosa who also has ADHD in addition to language delays. So first and foremost, we need to remove any and all distractions so that she can just be focused on the task at hand. And then also it's important that we engage the imagination. So this includes encouraging her to visualize the events in the story, creating a picture or movie in her mind. She's asked to describe what she imagines every few pages or so from the story. We also like to incorporate play acting or to provide drawing or coloring opportunities related to the story. Or we can also include small toys such as dolls or tiny figures or teddy bears to act out the key parts of the story so she can understand what was going on, but also have them acted out for her.
So how can we target reading comprehension on the go? Life is so busy that addressing reading comprehension naturally is such an important factor when it comes down to building reading, especially for Rosa. So there are three different ways we can do this. When you're busy on the go, you're in the car. For example, looking at car signs while you're driving. Read the sign and ask a WH question. There are many construction signs or warnings. We could ask, what does it say? What does that mean to me? What do I have to do next when I'm driving? Or when you're at the store and you're reading the different section signs. Where would the milk be? What does that cleaning sign tell us, and where should we walk? Finally, you're looking for a movie and the night's just winding down. You could say, what does that title mean? Or who is in that movie? There are different ways to build your own reading comprehension when you don't even have the time to be sitting down to work on it.
As parents, we know you want as many strategies as possible to help Rosa at home. We'll go over a few ways that you can incorporate and support Rosa's reading comprehension in your house, but know that these are only suggestions to be used sprinkled throughout the week, not to be used all at once. That wouldn't be a fair expectation on you as the parent or on Rosa. We want to facilitate her learning without overwhelming her.
So some in detail what we can do at home to help Rosa. So quick activities are a great way for parents to work on reading comprehension goals with their kids. Specifically for Rosa, there's many activities online that parents have access to. So for example, question and answer activities that you can complete with Rosa would be reading a short story and then having Rosa answer questions about the passage. And then these activities are also great for the child because a lot of the times they are themed stories, which can make it more interesting and intriguing for Rosa while she's reading the story and answering the questions, and it can just help keep her interest in the story.
One easy way to bring reading comprehension into the home is utilizing conversation around the stories that your child is reading. I know you mentioned before that dinner time tends to be the place where your family tends to gather and converse. This is a great time to have these conversations. Some examples of what you may ask Rosa could involve asking what she read at school that day and bringing her own ideas into it by asking what her favorite part was. This will engage her in remembering the story and having to pull pieces out of it. But also, make sure to share your own ideas too. Tell Rosa what you think might be happening next in the story. This will encourage her predicting abilities. I have a quick video to show you an example of what this conversation could look like.
So Rosa, how was school today?
It was okay.
What did you do in class?
Oh, Mr. Smith showed us a picture of him as a kid. I guess he like grew up in mountains and stuff and didn't think we'd know what it would look like. So for social studies, he showed us pictures.
Oh, very interesting. What did you read in English today?
Oh, I was reading this.
Oh, Rapunzel. That's a good one. What happened in it so far?
There's a princess and a witch.
Oh, who's the princess?
Her, Rapunzel.
Okay, and what do Rapunzel and the witch do?
Oh, well, the witch put Rapunzel in this really tall castle and she can't get out.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. Do you have more to read still?
Yeah, I'm like halfway-ish.
Okay, good. There's still time for Rapunzel to be saved. I can't remember how she's saved. Do you have any idea?
I don't know, but there's like this prince guy in the story, and the witch keeps trying to stop him.
Oh, is there? Maybe he has something to do with it.
Maybe. Hmm.
You'll
Maybe
have to
he'll
let me know
save.
what happens. You'll have to let me know what happens when you read it.
Okay, I will.
Another great example of at-home activities is, like I mentioned before, the story and questionnaire. So one example I have here is the Halloween trick-or-treat story. So what Rosa would do is she would read the story that's on the left there, and it's specifically about Halloween, and it's a short story, just a one-page passage. And then Rosa can also be helped with any of the words or sentences that she might not understand or she might have trouble with the pronunciation. And after Rosa is done, she would answer the questions that are specific to the story. So just like the example on the right-hand side. And then there's also an answer key to the story and to the questions for the parents to follow along. And this is also a great way to tackle literal reading comprehension, because a lot of times the questions are WH questions. And then this is also a great exercise for parents who may be short on time or who may have really busy schedule. If they have a busy schedule, this is an activity that the child can sit and do on their own with minimal supervision.
Another great activity for working on reading comprehension with your child is picking out a short story to read together. When the short story ends, have your child draw their favorite part on a piece of paper. After they finish their picture, ask them to explain what is happening in their drawing or have them write down a few sentences about it. This will demonstrate their understanding of the text and will clearly illustrate if they are accurately comprehending what has been read. This activity is not only relatively simple and quick, but is also fun as they get to color. In addition, this activity is also practical as it can be done at home when you're relaxing in the morning or at night, but also when you're on the go, like waiting for a doctor's appointment or a haircut. When choosing what book to read, it is important that the story is engaging and interesting for your child to read. You can do this by picking out books about their favorite hobbies, for example, playing at the park, choosing stories based on a related event that is happening in your child's life, for example, say you're moving to a new house, or by having them help out or pick out the book themselves. You do not need a lot of materials for this activity, just the story you are going to read, as well as a couple of sheets of paper, a pencil, and lots of crayons. That concludes our video on reading comprehension and how you can address this goal with your child outside of therapy. We hope you found this video very helpful, and please reach out if you have any further questions. Take care.